You're listening to CFRN, the Christian Financial Radio Network.
Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the CFRN E-mini Futures Cast. This is the daily broadcast of Indeterminate Length, where we discuss all things E-mini, along with some really big ideas on the finer points of trading gold, bonds, crude, sugar, the euro. Joining us today, Mr. Michael Borg. From our trading desk in Chicago, Mr. Burton Schlichter. Now, to get things started, let's go to our host and founder in Studio A, overlooking South Mountain, America's largest city park. Here's Dwayne.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. Today is Tuesday, 21st day of February, 2023. Thanks so much for joining us. Whoever you are, wherever you are, we're just glad to have you right here, right now. We do 2 live broadcasts every trading day. The first live broadcast is from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Eastern. That's our live training room, and it is reserved for members only and those who are taking their 1-week free trial. If you've not taken your 1-week free trial, you can do so by going to mytradingiq.com. Click the button there at the top of the page, and the journey begins. Our second live broadcast of the day, this one, is open to the public. That's everybody, everywhere on planet Earth with an internet-connected device. You don't have to be a member. You don't even have to be on the free trial. Now, there's 2 different ways to join the afternoon broadcast. The best way, go to mytradingiq.com, scroll down to where it says Afternoon Broadcast. Complete the 30-second registration form, and then every trading day going forward, you'll get an email about an hour before the broadcast starts, and then at 12 noon Eastern, all you have to do is click the link in the email, and it will automatically log you into our platform. I call that the better way simply because it gives you access to the question box so that you can ask questions and participate in the discussion. On the days you're out of the office, away from your desktop, or you're just out and about wanting to join the afternoon broadcast live, just take that internet-connected device and point it to our YouTube channel, which is very easy to remember, youtube.com/CFRN. youtube.com/CFRN. Not only do we broadcast live every trading day on our YouTube channel, but we also archive every daily broadcast. Currently, there's over 2,200 daily live broadcasts archived for your educational and viewing pleasure. And if you're new to the world of CFRN, it's a great way to get to know who we really are, what we do, how we do it, even why we do it. You could scroll back 6 weeks, 6 months, a year, 2 years, even more. And of course, you don't have to listen to every broadcast, but just pick days at random. Listen in for a little bit. What you'll discover is a thread of connectivity, a thread of continuity woven through each and every daily broadcast. Again, great way to get to know who we are in a short period of time. With that said, let's open with a word of prayer. Now, for the next couple days, we're going to talk about the secrets of being a successful servant of God. Our scripture today is 1 Samuel chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. And I'm reading from the Message translation. The boy Samuel was serving God under Eli's direction. This was at a time when the revelation of God was rarely heard or seen. One night Eli was sound asleep. His eyesight was very bad. He could hardly see. It was well before dawn. The sanctuary lamp was still burning. Samuel was still in bed in the temple of God, where the chest of God rested. Then God called out, "Samuel, Samuel." Samuel answered, "Yes, I'm here." Then he ran to Eli, saying, "I heard you call. Here I am." Eli said, "I didn't call you. Go back to bed." So he did. God called again, "Samuel, Samuel." Samuel got up and went to Eli. "I heard you call. Here I am." Again Eli said, "Son, I didn't call you. Go back to bed." This all happened before Samuel knew God for himself. It was before the revelation of God had been given to him personally. God called again, "Samuel," the third time. Yet again Samuel got up and went to Eli. "Yes, I heard you call me. Here I am." That's when it dawned on Eli that God was calling the boy. So Eli directed Samuel, "Go back and lie down. If the voice calls again, say, 'Speak, God. I'm your servant, ready to listen.'" Samuel returned to his bed. Everyone strives to serve God effectively, but if we want to excel, we must be willing to bear the sacrifice. This is the price of faith. Nowadays, people find it difficult to stand in line for God's plan. People follow directions and take action on their own. They are helpless because they rely solely on their understanding rather than putting all their faith in the Lord. But Samuel was a special prophet. This plan will focus on Samuel's 4 specific characteristics as an outstanding, God-fearing prophet. Samuel's first distinguishing feature was his constant readiness to serve God. Our schedule must be determined by God rather than by us when we choose to labor for the Lord, because they inform God on how to conduct their life. Many individuals fail in their relationships, marriages, ministries, occupations, and companies. He will surely direct your steps if you seek His will in whatever you do. God considers if we are willing to serve Him with all of our hearts, rather than our education, credentials, physical attractiveness, or family. Since he was a young child, little Samuel had been willing to serve the Lord. When he first heard the call, he not once but 3 times ran to Eli. God favored him because of this, because it costs to seek God, His presence, and His blessing. It involves time, energy, dedication, sacrifice, sanctification, giving up things that are not pleasing to God, taking up our cross every day, intense prayer, fasting, and study of God's Word. It is challenging to deny oneself. It is challenging to do not my will, but His will. The list is lengthy, so I could go on, but I believe these examples are plenty to get your attention and help you get the point I'm trying to make. Today, if you make yourself available for His work, He will use you in your life. You do not have to be unique, but you do have to be available. You're always on the winning side when you value making yourself open to God in your life. And as a gift of free will, the choice is always yours. Join me in a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for the lovely example of Samuel, who was open to hear your voice, calling to him in the night, and was obedient to obey your call on his life. Keep us from all forms of spiritual impairment, or from allowing a worldly mindset to cause us to slip into a compromised Christianity or develop a lukewarm attitude towards you. May we be open to every whisper of your word and ready to obey your call on our lives, no matter when it comes or how difficult it may be. We pray that, like Samuel, our eyes, ears, heart, and will may be open to your leading and guidance. It's in Jesus' name we believe and pray. And everybody said, Amen. Well, happy Tuesday, guys. Hope you had a great President's Day. Nice to have a holiday. I actually took the holiday, which I can't remember the last time I actually did that. I didn't put out any alerts on Sunday night. When the markets opened last night at 6 p.m. Eastern for the Tuesday session, which is today's session, I did put out some alerts, and there may be more today. There's only a few. Coming out of holiday trade is often difficult, but the market actually made it pretty simple last night. So let me give you the numbers from around the world, starting here in the U.S. with the cash markets or the indices. The Dow's down 568 points. That's over 1.5%. The NASDAQ is down 242 points, which is a little over 2%. The S&P 500 is down 68, over 1.5%. And the Russell 2000, our man in the street, is down 48 points, 2.5%. In the commodity basket, crude oil down 9 cents, trading 76.25 last. Gold down $8.20, trading 18.42 last. Silver up 14 cents, trading 21.85 last. In the Asian markets at the close, Nikkei down 58 points, Shanghai up 16, the Hang Seng down 357. That's 1.75%. In the European markets at the close, FTSE down 36, the DAX down 79, the CAC down 26. So that gave us a mixed day in Asia. A red day in the UK. And so far, it's a big red radio Tuesday here in the US of A. All four of the major indices are deeply in the red. Now, this is happening early in the week on a Tuesday. And so as we approach the lowest weekly trading zones for the week, we could potentially see a powerful reversal Be on the lookout for that. Be prepared for that. Logic 247, that's our 24/7 around-the-clock E-mini alert service. It includes not only the S&P, the Dow, the Russell, and the NQ, but also crude, gold, silver, bonds, and the euro. Markets were very quiet last night. I put out just 4 alerts, and they became 4 actionable alerts, of which 1 or 25% would have been stopped out based on not risking more than $300 per contract per trade, less when possible, using market structure and a very simple 3-step process that we teach all of our passport holders in their one-on-one mentoring sessions. Whether you're on the trial or a lifetime member, you have access to unlimited one-on-one mentoring sessions. So when you're ready to learn, book a session. Now you need to learn what's taught in the morning in the live trading room. That's where you see the strategy put to use. That's where you learn how to read the indicators, how to understand the importance of the weekly trading zones. It is a rules-based strategy, and it is extremely simple. If you're new, because we may use some terminology and some things you aren't familiar with, it might seem a little overwhelming at first, but after a couple weeks, you'll realize it's pretty simple. Kind of like one of those pay-it-by-number things we had as kids. Mine never turned out looking very good, but sort of the same thing. Chart will always tell you what you need to do. You just need to learn how to read the chart. Now, last week, we had a total of 59 alerts. 11 never triggered. We had 48 actionable alerts, of which 6 or 13% would have been stopped out based on that risk profile I just explained. Again, you need to learn the mechanical strategy that's taught in the live training room before you venture into the world of discretionary trading. Over the last 238 weeks, we've averaged 20% or less of actionable alerts being stopped out. The first alert to come out last night was the ES. That was alert number 13,572. S means sell. T means initial target. And on every short trade, the final trade to target will be the weekly trading zone below. On a long, the final trade to target will be the weekly trading zone above. So at the time of the recap, we had dropped from 4070 to 4061, which means we had traded through the trade to target. From 70 to 61, that's 9 points at $50 a point. That's $450 per contract traded. The next alert, number 13,573, was to be short on the Dow at 33,730. Initial target, 33,710. Second target or potential support at 33,640. And then the final trade to target, the weekly trading zone below. Now, normally the weekly trading zones come out on Monday morning at 6:15 a.m. Eastern. We've published the zones since December 14th of 2009. Once you understand how price behaves around the weekly trading zones, they will become one of the most important tools in your trading toolbox. Now, on a typical week, the alerts issued on Sunday night are using the previous week's zones because the new zones don't come out till Monday morning. But on a holiday weekend, or a Monday holiday, which we took yesterday, the alerts came out this morning at 6:15 a.m. Eastern. So as we go to the charts, you'll see last week's zones on my charts, and then tomorrow you'll see this week's zones, because any alerts issued today will be based on the new weekly trading zones. So we had a short on the Russell, and it traded well below the final trade to target from 38 to 35. That's $150 per contract traded. If you've earned the right to trade 10 contracts, that's $1,500. Then we had a stop out on the NQ. Short at 12,335, 12,325, 12,290. The final trade to target was 12,260. We did reach the final trade to target and a lot more. However, we only record the first trigger. Once an alert's triggered, chances are it will trigger multiple times. But we only record the first trigger. So when we go to the NQ chart, you'll see that we traded well below the weekly trading zone, but on the first move, it didn't quite make it to the initial target before it pulled back and then gave us another leg to the downside. Again, we're in week now 238, and over those 238 weeks, we've issued 13,575 individual handcrafted alerts. The logic alerts are based on current price action, but there's time built in to each and every alert for you to receive the alert, for you to then go to your 30-minute chart, see the window of opportunity that is represented by the alert, so that when price reaches the entry, you'll be prepared with your 7-tick range chart, or your 5-minute chart, or your 1-minute chart, whatever smaller time frame you choose to execute on. Probably for anyone new, using the 7-tick range chart, as Michael uses in the live training room, will be your best bet. Yes, he's showing you over and over every single day what a trade setup looks like. And so we do everything we can to make it as simple as possible. Now, along with the logic alerts, which come out around the clock, because futures trade around the clock and we have traders around the globe, the concierge trade alerts, they're based on historic price action. And when historic price action meets current price action, that's where you'll find some of your best high probability, low risk trade opportunities. The CTAs are published not around the clock like the logic alerts, but as a static report shortly after the Globex open. First thing you should do, we'll use the ES as an example. Okay, we cover all the same markets. First thing you want to do when the report is published is make a note on your 30-minute chart where price is at this time. Last night was 6:25 p.m. Eastern. If price is above the 30-minute BBC, it's attempting to reach the long target. If price is below the 30-minute BBC, it's attempting to reach the short target. It's that simple. Trading's not easy, but it can be simple. You always look left to spot potential obstacles, support or resistance based upon whether it's a long alert or a short alert, and know how price behaves at a weekly trading zone. Price is always trying to reach a weekly trading zone from the moment the markets open. Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern. This week's Monday night, 6 p.m. Eastern. Right up through Friday afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern, when the Globex markets close. Resist the urge to make it more complicated than that. As long as you know which way the wind is blowing, it's pretty simple to reach your goal for the day. Now, for those of you who are not members or on a trial, then you did not get these numbers last night at 6:25 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to grab a screenshot, go right ahead and do that. And then we'll walk through each one of the individual markets. 12:40, Michael will come on and give us a recap of what happened this morning in the live training room. And then at 1 o'clock, we'll go live on TradingView and do 30 minutes of live trading. So, got your screenshot. We'll go to the charts. We always start with the daily chart. No matter what market you trade, you should always start your trading session with a look at the daily chart. Because institutional traders look at daily, weekly, and monthly charts the way you and I look at 30-minute charts, 5-minute charts, tick charts, and range charts. It's institutional trading that moves price. Institutions have accounts denominated in hundreds of millions and billions of dollars, whereas the typical retail trader has an account denominated in thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. So even though you don't trade off a daily chart, it is institutional trading that moves price, and so you want to see what's happening. So this is the Tuesday candle, which began last night at 6 p.m. Eastern. This was the Monday chart, the Friday chart. On Friday, we spiked the BBC, but then the Sunday night open, we opened and closed below the BBC. And as you can see, price is now headed for the next area of support right here. About 4,008. The low of this candle was 4,007.5. That's your next potential support. And then the low of this candle, 39.63. And then you hit the 38% fib retracement. The low of the downtrend we've been in for almost a year now, since March 29th of last year. The low of that downtrend, which we're still in, was put in on October 13th. So for most of the year, last year, we had reverse fibs on the daily chart. I got tired of looking at them, so I decided to put regular fibs. And we may have to switch that back here pretty soon because, as I mentioned last week, we hit an inflection point that I think is going to be the start of a pretty healthy down leg. Now, we ran into red and falling back on February 14th, Valentine's Day. Resistance, resistance, resistance. The pullback to the BBC holds more often than it doesn't. Here, 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 here. And it really tried to hang on here, but we know eventually price is going to trade through the BBC. That's what keeps the markets fluid and tradable. Now, down here, right below the 38, we've got this low, and we've got this bullish cross, which has already been tested, support held. So we'll be watching the low of this candle here if we trade below the 38% fib retracement. Now, we're also approaching the lowest weekly trading zones on a Tuesday. When that happens, we know that that can often provide a reversal that takes us to the other end of the spectrum by the end of the week. We got Fed minutes coming out this week, so that's important. Be prepared for that. Now, anything I say about the 30-minute chart or the daily chart applies to the 30-minute chart, the 5-minute chart. Price is fluid across all markets and all time frames. Whether it's futures, individual stocks, crypto, or Forex, price trades from support to resistance, back to support, back to resistance, over and over, again and again. The indicators serve as dynamic support and resistance. The weekly trading zones, once published on Monday morning, on a typical week, Tuesday morning this week, they're carved in stone for the whole week. We don't change them. We don't manipulate them in any way. And since we started publishing the zones, December 14th of 2009, the way price behaves around a zone has not changed one bit. It's hard to find something that constant and that consistent in the world of trading, but it is in and of itself a trading truth. And that's what you have to do, is you have to separate the truth from the nonsense. There's a whole lot of nonsense going on. Now, the other thing you need to do is draw a line in the sand, okay, because that serves as visual cues. 4109, 4068. You do that on your 30-minute chart. 4109, 4068. The vertical line separates today, Tuesday, from yesterday, Monday, which was a half session, and it closed at 12:30. Then here's where we opened last night at 6 p.m. Eastern. Prices below the BBC, that simply stands for bull-bear cross. When price crosses below that green line, we're bearish and anticipate lower prices. When price is above the BBC, that's bullish, so we anticipate higher prices. And you'll see that price ran right up to the weekly zone, found resistance, and then we opened last night. We're below the BBC. We have red and falling. This is the CFMA1. Blue and climbing is bullish, red and falling is bearish. So it was during the life of this candle that CTAs were issued, and price ran right down to the short target at 4068. So all you have to do, you've looked at your 30-minute chart, you know where price is, it's below the BBC, you've got red and falling. So on your 7-tick range chart, or whatever chart you choose to execute on, you're simply looking for a pullback to the BBC, a down close, and enjoy the ride down to the target. Once we hit the target, we bounced to the BBC. When the market finds support, it's going to go look for resistance. The BBC took us down to the weekly zone where we consolidated for a couple of hours. And then we took a move lower. Taking out these lows from Friday. Then we pulled back to the BBC, and the pullback held. Remember, the pullback holds more often than it doesn't. So once we traded through the target, we pull back up to the BBC, and then we've traded all the way down. Low of the session, 40.15.5. Got a little double bottom going right there on the 30-minute chart. The price, the step line, red and falling. When the step line crosses red and falling, that tells you the price is most likely going to attempt a pullback to the BBC. Of all 13,000 plus alerts in the Logic 247 channel, every one is a trend trade. Not that there's anything wrong with counter trend trading, but a counter trend trade does not have the same high probability, low risk opportunity as a trend trade. Having the wind at your back makes things flow a lot smoother. So here's the yes. We opened, the alerts came out, we hit the target, and the logic alert, which took us to the weekly trading zone below, the final trade to target. Done deal. On the Dow, here's where the market opened, right down to the target. Bounce to the BBC, the pullback holds more often than not. So we run down to the target again. We get below the target. We consolidate at the zone. We drop to the next zone where we consolidate. And as you can see right here, the step line is starting to cross red and falling. And we're printing a green candle. It would not be surprising at all to see a pullback to the BBC where we expect resistance and another leg to the downside. On the Russell, here's where we opened. Here's where price hit the target. We pulled back to the BBC, the pullback held. Pull back again, it held. We pulled back again, and it held. Now notice all the way down you've got price, step line, red and falling, printing a green candle. If the step line crosses red and falling, look for a retracement back to the BBC. Now the NQ, which was the only one that was stopped out of the logic alerts last night, the idea was to be short 12.335 down to 12.260. Here's 12.260. We got there. Okay. But on this candle, price pulled a little bit further back than we would want to happen. So that's why on the recap, it shows as a stop out, but price did exactly what we thought it would do. Right to the zone. Okay. Now it would be very easy to just sweep that under the carpet and say, well, it made it, it's done. But no, we're very transparent, and Valerie works very hard with the recaps to make sure that everything is recorded properly. Market open, consolidated at the zone, dropped right to the target, found support at the zone, bounced, back down through the target again, and step line attempting to cross red and falling. So be prepared for a rally, but don't get too attached to it, because at this point we'll potentially find good resistance and continue down. There's crude. Market opens, runs to the target, pulls back to the BBC, hits target again, runs up to the weekly zone, finds resistance, and we've got red and falling. Price gets below the BBC. There's the target, and there's support at the weekly zone. Gold. Gold attempted You had an $800 opportunity here, and we never even made it to the short target. We pulled up to the zone, found resistance. Blue and climbing is turning to red and falling. So be patient. See if this pullback's going to hold. And if so, you've still got lots of room down to the short target. But you had more than enough room to get your goal for the day here. Just look for short trades. Why? Because you're below the BBC and you've got red and falling. It's that simple. Silver made it almost to the target, but plenty of room to get your goal because 2 pennies is $100. Then price gets above the BBC. So now instead of looking for short trades, once price is above the BBC and we have blue and climbing, we're looking for long trades. And we ran right up to the target. And on the euro, market opened here, ran to the target, pull back the BBC at the target again, and again, and again. And now we're back below the BBC, and high probability because we're below the BBC. Over the next couple candles, blue and climbing will most likely turn to red and falling. And then, Michael, let me know when you're ready.
Okay, I'm in here. I'm just trying to get the audio right on my end.
On bonds, the short target was 124.15. Here's where we opened. Price stayed below the BBC, and boom, right down to the target. So
okay,
you can complicate that if you want to, but why would you? Why not let it be as simple as it can be? All right, you ready, Michael? Go ahead.
I am ready. Hopefully my audio is right because
you sound fine here.
Okay. Well, you're still coming through on my TV like Bert was this morning, so I don't know what's going on with that.
Unplug your headset and plug it back in.
Yeah, I tried that a bunch of times. Even went through the audio setup, and it still didn't do what it should do. Anyway, I'll figure it out.
When you do the drop down window and go to webinar under audio, which microphone does it say you're using, and which set of speakers does it say you're using?
The speaker one. That's it. You found it right there, Dwayne. There you go. Now talk.
Okay. How about now?
That's better. Yep. There you go. That was better. That was it.
I wish I could fix everything in life that easily.
I know. That was it. That was it right there. It's only through that thing that it was doing it. Okay. Well, that's good.
All right, buddy.
So I'm back to normal now. Good.
It's all yours.
All right. Okay, here we go. Good afternoon, everyone. If you have not taken a free trial with us and you want to take a free trial with us, go here to mytradingiq.com. Right here is a sign up for your free 5-day training, 9:30 to 11:30. Click there, and it's going to bring you to this page where all you have to do is fill out this form, and you'll be sent all the information you need to get into the live training room in the morning. All right. It's a pretty simple process. Just fill out all that information, and we'll get you right in there. If you are going to go in there, you should go here to download the trading platforms. You're going to see me looking at 2 different trading platforms today. One will be DT Pro, and the other one will be TradingView. Okay. If you want to download both of those, you should. If you already have NinjaTrader, go down to the bottom and follow the instructions for that. All we need is your machine ID to get you set up for NinjaTrader. We did look at all 3 of those platforms this morning. And yeah, so that's all you have to do. All right. The spreadsheet. Now, we had kind of a slow day today. We did get the goal for the day, but it took us a long time, 48 minutes. I mean, so far this month, we had the very first day of the month took us 46 minutes, and just today took 48 minutes. Other than that, every day was under half an hour, and most days were under 10 minutes. So it happens from time to time. All right, coming off the long weekend, I think probably had something to do with it, and the overall market activity today probably had something to do with it as well. But if you're going to read the spreadsheet, you got to read all the CFTC risk disclosures down at the bottom. Today is the 21st day of February 2023. We made 12 ticks in crude, 13 ticks in gold, and we lost 9 ticks on the ES. That put us at 137.50 on the morning session. Today it took 48 minutes and 7 trades to get to the goal for the day. At that point, we're up $210 a contract, and we took a total of 13 trades this morning. So on the month now, we're at $4,677. That's over 14 days, averaging $334 per contract per 2-hour trading day. We have now gotten our goal for the day on 33 out of 34 days. And we've now gone 3 days since our last blue or yellow day. 381 business days since our last red day. A red day means we didn't get the goal and we ended negative. A blue or yellow day means we didn't get the, well, blue day means we got the goal and we gave it all back, and yellow day means we didn't get the goal, but we ended positive. So it's been 3 days, 3 business days since that's happened. On the year now, we're at $13,010 over 34 business days, averaging $382 per contract per 2-hour business day. And really, we're trading just 1 hour most of the time in the mornings now. If you were to quit trading when you get your goal for the day and you were to add 1 contract per month, so far this year you would have worked 8.71 hours and you would have averaged probably more than $591 per hour. That's what I ended up doing, but about 5 days so far this month, I forgot to use 2 contracts. So the dollar amount, this is the actual dollar amount. It's not the per contract amount. Anyway, that's how you do all that stuff. Now let's get into the actual trades. Okay. Oops, I need that back up here to get into the actual trades. But while we're doing this, we can look here on the ES. You see how we started out right in here this morning. And we're at the midpoint between the weekly trading zones. We worked our way down to this one, then we came back up into it, and then we worked our way away from it. This is the level I was saying this morning we're probably going to get down to at some point today. And we'll see if we actually do get down there. The next weekly trading zone is all the way down here. If it gets down there by the end of the day today, then by the end of the week, we should have a good run. All right, I know we only have 3 days left this week, but that's what I'm thinking. Okay, we'll see how it goes. But let's put this back up and we'll go over the trades that we actually did because I put them all in here today. Okay, so this was the gold, and you can see here on gold, got in here this morning and we started trading right in here. Our first trade on gold, we picked up 3 ticks. The next trade we picked up 2, and the next trade we picked up 8. It looks like I think we actually picked up 9, so I should have actually 14 ticks there, but I wrote it down wrong. Anyway, so those were our 3 trades there that we got this morning. Then we had 1 more break-even trade right here. Looks like I missed a trade here, and I missed a trade here while I was training. Missed a trade here. Right, you see how everything got flat up here. For those of you guys who are watching this right now, who actually have all the stuff downloaded with TradingView, these are the TradingView charts, and this extra line right here, I'm probably going to distribute that tonight. I'll probably get that out into production tonight. Okay, so you guys will be able to have that. And I missed a trade here. And then those 2, the black got out of the red, so there's nothing. Then you get into the break, and during the break, it doesn't look like there was a whole lot going on here during the break on the gold. So I had 3 trades that were all right, 1 trade that was a break even, a few trades that I missed, like 4 trades that I missed that all would have worked out okay. And that was gold today. All right. The crude oil, I didn't have a whole lot going on crude either, but we had, let's get into it. Okay, we had missed some really nice trades while we were doing the training this morning. We started out here with a break-even trade on this one. I was looking for it to get up to this level, and it eventually did. Got within a tick of it right here, and then it pulled back, gave another push. I missed this long right here. That was a valid trade right there. I missed. I don't know why I missed that one. Getting in here, everything got kind of sideways and started to push down. There was a trade. It looks like a trade right here. You could have taken one right here. If you'd have taken this one, I think it would have stopped you out before it gave the follow-up push down right here. These 3 trades right there. This happened during the training. That was a great trade there. And on DT Pro and on Ninja Trader, this was a blue bar, so you couldn't take it there, but they had continuation trades down here that you could take. Then I got all the way down here. I gave another trade here, here, and here. Could have taken all of those, and those would have been good. Got flat all through here. Started to move up again here. We took a long trade there, and I think at this point we were up. We were break even, and right here we picked up 10 ticks, I believe. And then we had a couple more break even trades, and somewhere in here I picked up 2 more ticks. I don't know where it was. I think it was right here at the end. Somewhere in here I picked up 2 more ticks somewhere. It might have been right here. I picked up 2 more ticks. But we end up with plus 12 on crude. Okay, plus 12 on crude. And during the break, let's see, we had long-term trend was going down here, but it pulled all the way right back through the ribbon. Then it started to get flat. You couldn't really do anything right through here, but the long-term trend started to separate, give you bullish separation in there. So you could have taken a long trade right here for that move up. And that was it for crude during the break. Okay, now on the ES, let's take a look at this. Didn't even click that. Let me undo that. Here, I meant to click this and this right here. There we go. All right, so I was seeing all these levels as we were going down here in the ES, and it eventually got down to every one of those levels. Did it get down to the last one? Not quite the last one. Right, but at the end here, you see all these trades right here. I was seeing the levels and I was hoping for the levels, but it just wasn't following through. But we'll go back to the beginning. Okay, this was our first trade this morning on the ES. We stopped out right there, minus 10 ticks. And then sadly, we got nothing else. It was news right here that caused this gap. It filled it right up right a few minutes after that. We just didn't have anything. We almost had a trade in there. Everything got flat. Looking for shorts in here. We didn't get any until right here. We took this short for a break even. Then again, we were looking for shorts in here, and we just weren't getting any off the ribbon. There was one right here, I guess, that we could have taken that I missed. But then in here, I was trading and I wasn't really looking. Yeah, once I stopped trading in here about 11 o'clock, right in here is where I stopped. And you could see it was going down. I was drawing targets. With what I could see, I was drawing target numbers that we should get to. And I kept taking these trades. Like there, I got to break even. Here, I got to break even. Here, I got to break even. And here, I picked up one tick, I think, right at the very end. I picked up one little tick right there. So we went from minus 10 at the beginning, all these break evens, and then this one right here gave me one tick to put me at minus 9. Then we get into the break, and it looks like right in here, there was one trade right there during the break. You could have taken one trade right here. This would have been a profitable one. This would have been a break-even one, it looks like. And one more right in here. You could have taken that would have been profitable. And everything just flattened out. So it hasn't been great for trading today. No matter what you're doing, it hasn't been great for trading. It's been a kind of no follow through, choppy kind of day. Now that was all there. I want to show you guys in about 6 minutes. I just want to show this to you again. If you go here to TradingView.com, go to community and live streams, go down to upcoming streams. There's this one right here. All right, we're going to be doing that live in about 6 minutes. It's a half an hour from 1 to 1:30 of just live TradingView trades. Okay. All right. So I wanted to look at this other stuff over here with you on DT Pro, the weekly trading zones. You see how gold has just been hovering around this weekly trading zone all morning. You can't really do anything with it like that. The crude oil dropped through the weekly trading zone right here. I was expecting it to get all the way back up to it, but it didn't make it all the way back up. So it's hovering right now at the midpoint of this bar, which is, I mean, this, you know, I think we have FOMC meeting minutes coming out tomorrow afternoon. I think that's going to be something the market is weighing on the market right now. In the ES on the 30-minute, I was looking for it to drop down to here, which is the midpoint between these two weekly trading zones. It hasn't quite made it all the way down there yet. It's pulling back up, and this is what Dwayne would call is red and falling right here. See, the ribbon is all spread out bearish too right here. So it wouldn't surprise me if the red and falling holds right here, and it pushes it all the way down to this point right here, which is about 4,006. Right. We're just going to have to wait and trade what's in front of us right now. This is on the 4-tick range. I'm not the 4-tick range, the 7-tick range. Not a whole lot is in front of us here. All right. There was a trade right here. It looks like that would have been okay with a continuation trade, but the whole morning was a mess on the 7-tick range. Okay. And I believe it was that way across all these markets. Okay, look at the crude oil. So blew off a blue there, blew off a blue there, but if the context was right, you know, none of the markets were really great for trading today. So we did what we could. We got our goal and then a little more. We started out, you know, with 2 contracts. We got our goal, and then I bumped it back down to 1 contract. And if we would have stuck with 2 contracts, well, we'd have twice as much as we ended up with. But as it is, that's how the morning was. And we can't really do too much about that. Now, on Friday when I did this, we had technical difficulties, and I'm hoping we're not going to run into those same difficulties today. But if we do, we do. I'll hopefully get this right today, and it won't be an issue. We have just a few minutes left now. It says 1 to 1:30, but it's really like 1:01 because it doesn't let me actually do anything until it's like a full minute into the 1 o'clock, hour. But so to get there, you go to TradingView.com, go to Community, Live Streams, and it's in here in upcoming streams. Okay, we are right there. I'm going to try to do this every day, every business day. All right, I believe we have one scheduled out for tomorrow already. I believe, yes, we do. This is for tomorrow. It says in 2 days. So maybe that's for the day after tomorrow. Did I skip over tomorrow's? This is tomorrow's in 19 days. All right, so up here, it should be saying up here right now, live trading, recent streams. Why isn't it showing it? Let me hit refresh on this. We're on here. This is it right now in 2 minutes. All right. So speaking of that, I got to get that ready over here on this monitor and get back to this on this monitor. Does anybody have any questions about anything? I don't see any questions in there right now. But if anybody does have any questions, you can ask them right now, or you can email them to support@mytradingiq.com. Okay, support@mytradingiq.com. Email them right there, and we'll be able to help you out with that and answer those questions. All right. Let me make sure I'm logged in here. It says I am, so it's got that number 1 there. I don't know what that means, but we'll just be looking to take some trades here. Please recap the spreadsheet. It's kind of late for that right now, Larry, but I can go through it really quick for you. We have like 1 minute in the spreadsheet. Today's the 21st day of February, 2023. Made 12 ticks in crude, 13 ticks in gold, and we lost 9 on the ES, put us at 137.50. Today, took 48 minutes and 7 trades to get to the goal for the day. At that point, I was up $210 and took a total of 13 trades. On the month now, we're at $4,677. That's over 14 trading days, averaging $334 per contract per 2-hour trading day. On the year, we're at $13,010. That's over 34 trading days, averaging $382 per contract per 2-hour trading day. And it's really not a 2-hour trading day anymore because I train for an hour in the morning. So it's really a 1-hour trading day. Okay. Now, if you were to quit trading when you got your goal for the day so far this year, you would have made 8.7. You would have worked 8.71 hours so far. And during those 8.71 hours, you'd have averaged about $591 per hour. That's a low number because about 5 of those days I did with 1 contract this month, and I should have been doing 2. Okay, that's the recap of the spreadsheet. And this month has been kind of slow, but again, these months are going to be lower now that I'm training a lot more in the morning and I'm not trading as much. So, I mean, if you go back and look at last year, we're getting twice as much every month. I think our lowest month last year was like 13,000, something like that. But, and that's, that stuff is right up here, I think, right? Our lowest month last year was December, 13,212. But again, December, I was doing a lot more training too. It felt like. Anyway, it is time to start the trading. Okay, so let me start the live stream right now. If you have not gotten to the live stream yet, and you want to get into that, go here to go to TradingView.com, go to Community, Live Streams. We're going to start it right now. Okay, you'll see it right here. It'll be this one right here. And let me refresh this page and click on this and entire screen, this screen, share, and now go in here and hit start stream and shut that off and that off. There we go. We should be streaming live for you right now. All right. Okay. So I'm going to post something in here in the live stream chat right now. We don't have any trades right at the moment. We're looking for a pullback here. The long-term direction is bullish right here. And we're looking for a pullback down into the ribbon. Okay. Let me copy that and paste this over here. There we go. All right. So here we go. So everybody is still on vacation right now. If we were to get an up close here, hang on, I'm looking at the ES right now. Let me slide this all the way over here. All right. So all we're looking for here right now during the live stream is the long-term direction to be bullish, which it is. You can tell by its separation down here, and everything's good. And up close on this bar, we'll take that long trade. I'm going to bump this. Actually, I'm going to bump this to a 7-tick range, so don't do that just yet. Okay. So it's not an up close on that bar, not yet. It's going to pull down a little bit further. All right. So now they're all on 7-tick range. Every one of these charts is on a 7-tick range. Okay. So what we want to see right now is a test of the ribbon with the long-term direction being up. Okay, and over here on the crude oil, it's got a long way to pull back to get down to the ribbon. Right, we just had this big run up right here on crude. And the gold, well, we just have to wait and see what happens here, all right? Again, anybody that's in here, anybody that's in the live stream, if you have any questions, just type them into any of the chat boxes, and I'll be happy to go over any of that stuff with you. Okay, for what's going on in here right now, for those of you guys that are not in the live stream, that are in any other way to get into the live stream, to get into this session and watch this, just ask me anything you want about TradingView, and I'll be happy to answer that. Okay, anything you want about TradingView, anything about any of the other stuff, I'll answer offline with you. Just type in the question. If you have not taken a trial with us and you want to take a trial with us, we offer a free 5-day trial. This is for everybody who is in here on the live stream. We offer a free 5-day trial, 5 business day trial, that is, from the day that you sign up for it. So the trial includes the morning session and the indicators. So when you sign up for the trial, you get access to the indicators, and you should just give us your profile name. Once we get that, we'll set you right up. It only takes a few minutes to get you set up and get you going. Okay. We're looking for a pullback over here now. We want to get all the way down here into the ribbon, right? You see the ribbon is above long-term direction line right here. I was thinking of changing the color of that so it's not blue, so it doesn't get mixed up so much with that. Let me just do that right now. That will be in here and down here. Change it to like purple. There. Now you can tell which is which in here. All right, this needed to pull back just a little bit further over here on the ES for us to get a trade, and it hasn't done that yet. So we're waiting for that to happen right now. And over here on the gold, long-term direction is bullish, long-term direction is bullish, long-term direction is bullish. So we're just waiting for a pullback here. All right. Anybody who is stopping in right now during the live stream, of course, to take the free trial, go to mytradingIQ.com, sign up there for the free trial. During the free trial, you get these indicators here. You won't get all of the indicators in here, but you get the context and you get the ultimate slingshot. That's what we're looking at right here. Okay, and you'll get a lot of instruction on how to set them up and some videos on how to use them. There's a lot of different things that you can do with them, particularly with the slingshot, that we don't go over in a lot of detail because it's just it's a lot of information, and I want to not overwhelm anyone with it all in the beginning. All right, so in the beginning, let's just make it simple, and we'll look for trades off the ribbon when the long-term direction is going in the right trend, right? Long-term trend is bullish. You want to take bounces off the ribbon when the black is on the bottom and it's in the green, right? If everything is bearish, you want to take short-term bounces off the ribbon, any line in the ribbon when the black is on the top and the black is in the red. Okay, that's all we're looking for. So I don't know if we're going to get any trades right now while we're in here. Hopefully we will, but we have a half an hour window that we have to work with. There has not been a lot of follow through today. And I know this looks like a great trade right here. And if you would have gone long from down here where it crossed up out of the oversold, they both crossed up out of the oversold. That would have been a great trade to be in. But that's not an actual trade setup. And there weren't that many of those today. If you look at it like this, here was one, here was one, here was one. We had some good run we had a good run this morning. That was a nice trend right there that we were able to trade in this morning. We got a couple of nice trades in there. Well, one nice trade in there. And the rest of the day has just been kind of non-committal, really. I think probably a good way to describe it. All right, so looking for, I'll pull back down in here to the ribbon on the ES. I'm not. Another tick down there on the ES right now. There it is. Okay, so now we need an up close. Long-term direction is bullish, so we just need an up close. Now these are range bars, so I know the bottom of this bar is at 2075. So I know right now I can buy 8 ticks above that, which is going to be right here, 2275. Okay, what that means is if this bar closes up at 2250, it's going to fill me at 2275, and that will be a valid long trade. Right, that would be a nice long trade to take right there. White line down here is all the way down in the oversold, so that's good. So we'll see if this goes down anymore. If it goes down more like that, then the entry point goes down more. Okay, so now you're looking at 1975 up to 2175. If we end up getting a down close on this and the black line gets out of the green, then we're not going to have a trade. But if this bounces right back up right now and closes at the top of the bar at 2150, then we're going to have a trade and we're going to be long. Okay, that is all you have to do. So that's the only trade actually setting up right now. We're nowhere near the ribbon here with crude oil, and we're nowhere near the ribbon over here with gold. So this could actually trigger us to trade right here. If we got an up close, that'd be a nice long trade, I think. Now, the way that things work, you see how I have the buy stop limit on right there. Every trade starts out with 10 ticks of risk. All right, so my stop is 10 ticks away. From wherever I get filled, my stop is going to be 10 ticks away. And then I will move my stop to break even after I get 4 ticks in profit. In this case, a tick is price movement, okay? So we're probably not going to get filled. Yeah, see the black line just got out of the green, so we're not going to get a trade here. All right, but anyway, the risk management and all that stuff, let me just go through that again with you. So see my stop, if I were to get filled way up here, my stop is 10 ticks away. Now, as soon as, let's say I got filled here at 24, as soon as price got up here and it started taking on 25, I'd bump my stop right up to break even, up here to 24. So I'm sitting in a little bit of profit with no risk at all on the trade. All right, that's how you want to be. And so far, we're not there yet. All right, we didn't get it on this trade. We did get some this morning. The crude oil is about to get down here, and the gold, they're both getting down pretty close to giving us a trade setup. So hopefully one of them is going to do it. The ES just didn't follow through. That's what the day's been like all day today. Now, I'd rather have no trade than a trade that doesn't work out. And that's pretty much, we've been getting a lot of no trades. I did get a lot of break-even trades this morning, though. Out of the 13 trades this morning, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had 6 break-even trades out of the 13 trades this morning. So almost half of my trades this morning were break-even. And right here on gold, in hindsight, this is going to look like it actually hit the ribbon. So I'm going to buy 45.8 right now. Okay. When I say I'm going to buy 45.8, what I mean is I'm going to put a buy stop limit order on it, 45.8. That is 8 ticks above the low of this bar. This is a 7-tick range bar. So what that means is I'm being proactive with my order, right? I know the bar is going to close at 45.7. So if it does happen to go up and close at 45.7, it'll trigger me in at 45.8, 1 tick above the close of the bar at 45.7. Okay. Crude oil is about to give us the same thing. Right now on crude, the low of the bar is 76.76. So 8 ticks above 76 is what? 84, right? 84. So on the gold, the number is still in the same place at 45.8, and on crude, it's still in the same place right here at 84. All right. The ES didn't pan out and give us a trade. If this closes down, it may disqualify the trade. If it closes down, I don't know if it's going to. This one is still the low of the bar, still at 45. If it drops down below 45, which it may do, it can go down 2 more ticks. Then I'll have to adjust my order over here. Okay, it has the potential to go down 2 more ticks because the high is 45.5, so the lowest it can be is 7 ticks below that. So it does have the potential to go down a little bit further. Over here on the crude oil right now, the low now is at 74, so 8 ticks above 74 is 82, right? Now that's down at 72, so 8 ticks above that is 80. 70, 8 ticks above that is 78. If this goes down much further, you got to watch for the black line to get out of the green. If the black line gets out of the green, that's going to disqualify the trade. Okay, but you see how we're proactive with this. We know ahead of time what's going to happen. See, the black line is still in the green right here, so we can still take this trade if we get an up close. If this bar closes down, that's definitely going to disqualify the trade. But now you're looking at 67 plus 8 is going to be up here at 75. But I'm pretty sure this is going to end up disqualifying itself. Right, over here on the gold, oops, over here on the gold now, this is now got a low of 84.4. And let me move this out of the way just a little bit, and we'll click on this to get that brought up to the top, and we'll click on, whoops, let me go back here. Oops, not there, here. And I want to click on this to get this brought up to the top. Okay, there. I can do that again. All right, so we ended up with no trade here on crude. It went all the way down. It's now all the way down there. I'm going to slide that over to the side. That is not going to be a trade there on the crude, and something kind of weird happened in here. You see how we ran out of white right there. It's never done that before. But over here right now, we could still get a trade here on the gold, right? It's going to be from 0.4, it's going to be up here at 85.2. All right. It's going to be up here to 85.2. All right. Let me click on this. Yeah, that is that version. Okay. So we're still looking at the gold here for a potential trade. Over here on the ES, you see up here, the there's a little bit of separation in between these two. If you can only see one line, you don't want to trade. Like when it's flat like this, you don't want to trade. And it's still, I would consider this flat right now. I wouldn't want to trade that. You know, the amount of follow through or lack thereof that we've had today, there's no reason to rush into a trade. Make sure it's exactly what you're looking for. Okay, you can't rush this stuff. You gotta let it come to you. Just wait for it. All right, the low here right now is 40.4, so we want to buy 8 ticks above that, which is up here at 5.2, right? If it ends up being a trade, that's what we're going to do. If this bar were to close down, then the black would end up out of the green, and we wouldn't be looking for a trade anymore. Okay, it is now 1:15, and we still don't have a single trade. So some days are going to be like this. Some days in this 1.5 hour period, we're just not going to get trades. Some days we get a whole bunch, some days we get none. Still not trading the ES right where it is. Okay. The crude oil, it'd be nice if it makes a big run right here, but we're not going to have a trade set up to get into that run right now. Okay, I kind of expect it to make a run and probably get up above this level right here, but we're not going to be any part of that. Over here on the gold though, if we get an up close on this bar, we are going to be part of that, right? And everything's looking okay down here. It's not great, but it's looking okay. You know, this is kind of what you want it to look like down here on the crude. Down here on the crude, you want to see them coming out of the oversold area when you get into the trade. Okay, like right here off the ribbon, this would be perfect right here. So that's kind of what this would look like right now if we got enough close on this bar and the next bar and the next bar and the next bar and the next bar. Right. Does anybody have any questions about this? You know, what's funny about the TradingView thing is I can see people are online, but I can't see who, unless they type something in. All right, so we have a low here at 44.4, and we're gonna have a high of 45.1, right? That's why my buy stop is one tick above that. One tick above where that should be, right? And so now we're just waiting. Over here on the yes, I really don't like the way this is trading. So we're gonna wait till that gives us a decent trend, and then we'll react to that. Okay. All right. We ended up with nothing over here on the ES. I'm hoping it's going to push down and give us lower lows over here. That's what I'm hoping for. The DOM is suggesting it's going to. We're going to put in a new low down at 40.15, and we'll see what opens up down below that. That's what the DOM is suggesting. It's going to get down here. The low of the day is right here. It looks like it's going to put a new one in. If we were to look at the chart in a larger time frame, okay, the gold. Okay, the gold has changed a little bit now. It's 44.3 is the low. So 45.1 would be what we're buying there. Yeah, if we were to look at the bigger picture here on like a much larger time frame, on the ES, we would have to look at like practically a daily. Let's look at something that's bigger, like a 4-hour time frame. Okay, and we look left right now. This is where we are right now. So looking left, you got to look way left. Okay, so looking way left, it'd be 4,007 is the next level down. Okay, so we pump that back over here in the 7-tick range. That's what it looks like. Is 10 points down below here if we were to drop down from right here. And you know, the midpoint between the weekly trading zone above us and below us, I believe it's at 4,006. So that works out just about right. Those of you guys who don't know what that is, if you take a free trial with us, I'll be able to show you all that stuff. This is going to take this out of contention. You see how the black just got out of the green right there? So there is no longer a trade here on gold. So I'm going to cancel that, slide it off to the side. And now we just have to wait. Okay, we just have to wait. All right. So it is now 1:21. We have 9 minutes left in here. It doesn't look like we're going to actually get a trade set up in here today, unless something really happens now in the next 9 minutes. It's not looking good, but I'm going to stick it out and see what happens. But this is how the markets have been all day. They've been really slow and quiet. I believe we have FOMC meeting minutes tomorrow. Let me go over here on this monitor and see if that is a true statement. I'm pretty sure that it is.
It is a true statement.
Yeah, 2 o'clock tomorrow, FOMC meeting minutes, 2 p.m. Eastern time. There isn't much else leading up to that, so that's all we have tomorrow is that. Then on Thursday, 8:30 in the morning, we have preliminary GDP, unemployment claims, and GDP price index. That's all at 8:30. Then we have natural gas and crude oil coming out on Thursday. So that's at 10:30 and 11 on Thursday. Then at Friday, I believe we have a high impact too, right? Yeah, Friday morning, 8:30 a.m. Core PCE price index coming out at 10 o'clock on Friday. New home sales and consumer sentiment, inflation expectations, revisions. Yep. It's there, but we don't have any trend really. That's what the long-term direction is down. We can take it just because we don't have a trade yet. I think it's going to go down and put it in the low of the day anyway. So if we get the down closer, it's 19 and a quarter. It's going to be 19 and a quarter down to 17 and a quarter is what we'd be selling right there. Okay. The black line is in the red. Long-term direction is showing bearish right here. I don't know how much, I don't know how much follow through we're going to get here, but it is a valid trade. So I did actually put it on. Dwayne reminded me. Thank you. I did actually put it on. So we're waiting to see if this is going to happen. If this bar closes up, then this is going to be out of the red and we won't have a trade. Okay. But we'll wait and see. Sometimes no trade is the best trade. And really, it's been one of those days today where half of my trades are break even today. Literally half of my trades are break even. I missed probably half as many as I took.
Typical post-holiday trade.
It is. It's really slow. And the market participation is really slow too. So we'll see what happens here. If we get this trade or not. We have about 7 minutes left in here before we wrap up the live stream, but I'm hoping it's going to be okay. We're going to get something here. And there it is. We got the down close and we just triggered in. We triggered short. Now this should go down to 40.15. 40.15 should go down to right here. All right, let me draw that in for you. Right here. So where this should go down to. Okay, now as I said, every trade starts out with 10 ticks of risk. So that is the bar length plus 3 ticks is what it is. All right, and that stop goes to break even after 4 ticks in profit. So if you get 4 ticks in profit, there's 2. If it ticks down here at 16 and a quarter, I'll bump my stop to break even. Right, now it should go through this, one more tick. It should go through this. I'm just waiting for it to tick down there. But it should go through that level all the way down here to that level. All right, so this is what I'm waiting to see it tick on. It just about did right there. And still waiting. It's going to do it, I think. But let's see. That's all we're waiting for right now. And I think it's going to go down to 40.15. Right. Right. Watch part never boils, right? Isn't that what they say? The gold went right through the ribbon and is continuing down. The crude oil is not looking like it's going to do anything right here for us. So when we get this push down here on the ES down to the low of the day, a little below the low of the day is what it's looking like it wants to do. Right, one more. Almost got it. There it is. Stop to break even. All right, so now I am in this is the great position to be in. I can take this target off and just let the trade go. I don't have any risk on this trade. I honestly think it's going to go, by the end of the day, I think it's going to go all the way down here. Okay, it just took me out of break even, but I think it's going to go all the way down here to 4,006 is what I think is going to happen by the end of the session, but it just took me out of break even. All right, so I was in a no risk position there, and that's, that's where you want to be in any trade. You want to have no risk. You want to get to the point where you have zero potential of loss. And I said 40.15 is what I was looking for on that. There it is right there. Ding. There it is right there, 40.15. Here, I'll bring this back over so you can watch it over here. Okay, I don't know if any of you guys managed to stay in that. I got taken out of break even, but 40.15 was my original target on that. And 4,012 would be the next one for me. If you're in it and you stayed in it, I would lock in profit at the 4,015. I would lock in some profit on that, but 4,012 is what it should go down to right now. Okay. So we got one trade off anyway. We ended up with a break even. You hit the first target, and this will be the second target right here. Okay. And as we continue down, okay, we've just about gotten down to the 4,012. As we continue down, it's going to hit that 4,006 number pretty soon, I think, sooner rather than later. The numbers are just piling up on the downside. Yeah, the crude is just about to give us a trade, but what time is it? 127. Yeah, the crude is up, down. It could give us a trade right in here. You are right, Dwayne. It's going to be 73 up to at 8 now. All right, now it's just getting out of the green right there. That's what I was afraid of on the down close right there. It's so close. And it still wants to go down some more. It's going to go down with the one more down close. It's out of the green. It's out of the green right now. The black, what we're looking at right here is for the black line to stay in the green at the time of the trade, right? Like right over here on the down close, the black was still in the red. So that was a good trade to take right in there. Now it's just flattening out. Even the long-term direction is flattening out. So we ended up with nothing here. Okay. How do I change the width of the candlesticks? Dwayne, I just roll my mouse button, but if you have them on thin, then you go over here like this, click on any chart and go over here like this, in this thing right here. Okay, and click on symbol. Make sure you uncheck thin bars. If you have thin bars, then you're gonna have those really, really thin ones. That's probably what you have. Dwayne in. So again, to get to that, you go to this gear right over here at the top. Click on that, on symbol, click on thin bars, uncheck thin bars. And make sure you don't have phantom bars checked either. Make sure both of those are unchecked. Okay, that's how you set that up. Right, and then it's just a matter of rolling your mouse button to make them thicker, to zoom in and out. Okay. Why do I get in late after everyone see it? You belong now and add it on to my levels. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Get in late after everyone sees it. If everyone sees what? What I'm waiting for is the bar to close. Cut loss king. That was a question in the okay, let me type in the answer because if anybody's looking at this later, they won't actually see that. Say I wait for the bar to close and then enter with a buy stop limit. There. That's the answer to that question. I think that's what you're asking, right? When I'm sitting in here and I got the order waiting in my DOM and I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. Like this one over here, I was waiting to get the up close. It didn't give me an up close, unfortunately. It didn't, because it would have stopped me out. If it did, if I got in without waiting for the up close, it would have just stopped me out right there. Okay, that's why I wait for the up close. So, I mean, I had my DOMs over here so you could see the trades before any of them triggered. Okay. And, if we had another trade, we're not going to get one here on crude oil, and it's already 131, so we're not going to get another trade this morning. So the only trade that we had was this one right here on the ES that actually triggered. And you saw my order was sitting there waiting. waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And then we finally got the down close and it triggered me into the trade. And I bumped my stop to break even after I get 4 ticks in profit. That's my risk management strategy. Okay. You don't have to have the same risk management strategy. If you don't have that risk management strategy and you wait, maybe you bump it to minus 4 ticks instead of minus 10, or minus 5 ticks instead of minus 10 when you get 4 ticks in profit. If you had that type of strategy, you'd have had this whole trade all the way down here. That's not my risk management strategy. I use mine, and mine's really aggressive. But it's kept me, it's kept me doing this stuff for over a decade profitably. Okay. That was to answer the question that came in the live stream. All right, guys. Well, it's 1:32 right now, so I'm going to wrap this session up for the day. Sadly, this was the only trade we got, and I took a break even on it. It did go down and hit all the target numbers. Right now, it's about to hit the second target number, but it hit the initial target number that I had put down there for you. It's about to hit the second target number right now. And beyond that, it's still going to keep going down. 40.10. 40.10 is the next level down below that. All right, I'll draw that in for you. This is the next level down right here. Okay. It's going to go down. It's got to get through this, then probably pull back and go down again. Now, I usually go through this, but the markets are always doing the same thing, right? They're always going down and then up and then down, and then up and then down, and then up and then down. And what we're trying to do is take these pieces out of the middle, like this one right here. Take these pieces out of the middle. And this one right here, take this piece out of the middle. And if it pulls back up, take that one. That's all we're trying to do, again and again and again. And we do that. That's what the indicators suggest to you where the best place to get in on the pullback is. It pulls back up. It's saying, okay, this should be the spot where it pushes back down. You want to enter here. And that's what we did. We entered right there for that push down. And right now, it didn't pull back deep enough for us to want to get in again right here. All right. But it did hit the secondary target. It hit the first target right there, and then it just hit the second target right now. I think it's going to pull back up and give another entry, but you're going to have to wait for that. And this is going to wrap it up for us for the morning session. We're already a few minutes over the 1:30 mark, but I'm glad we got one trade off anyway. We're able to talk about it a little bit. So again, if you haven't taken a free trial with us, the trial really is free. Go to mytradingiq.com and sign up there. All right. Give us your profile name in TradingView. The profile name is this thing right up here. I just hover over that. Our profile name in here is CFRN. Give us your profile name, and we'll set you up with the indicators, and then send you a bunch of information. Okay. Go to mytradingiq.com. Simple as that. All right. All right. Well, that is it. I'm going to stop the live stream right now. Thank you, everyone who came today. If you have any questions, you can email support@mytradingiq.com. Support@mytradingiq.com. You can email me there. All right. Ask any questions you want, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. So with that, I'm going to stop the live stream right now. Okay. Live stream has stopped. All right, D. Back out to you to fabulous Phoenix, Arizona, in Studio A, overlooking South Mountain, America's largest city park.
All righty. Good job. Difficult time of the day, not just because it's post-holiday trade, but this time of the day tends to be very quiet. So everyone takes advantage of the live training room, the free trial offer. They'll be able to see it when the markets are extremely active.
All right. So the recap of the recap.
Recap of the recap.
Today, it took 48 minutes and 7 trades to get to $210 this morning.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys, here's a daily chart. We have dropped to that level we pointed out earlier. All you got to do is look left. Next level is right here. Then you got the 38% fib retracement. Whether it's a daily chart or a 30-minute chart, the chart always tells you what to do. You just have to learn how to read the chart. It's not as difficult as you might think. In fact, it's quite simple. Once you get all the static out of the way, and understand the simplicity of how price flows across all markets and all time frames. To become a member, go to eminifutures.trading.com. If you have any questions, call Valerie at 949-42-EMINI or send an email to support@cfrn.net. That's going to give you access to a live teacher every trading day. And this is a lifetime membership. No recurring fees, no upsells, no new shiny objects to buy from us ever. Okay? You also get unlimited one-on-one private mentoring. The strategy we teach you, the indicators you own for life, are fluid across all futures markets, all individual stocks, all cryptos, and all forex pairs. As a lifetime passport holder, you will also receive the Logic 247 alerts around the clock. You'll receive the concierge trade alerts every evening shortly after the Globex Open. You'll get the weekly trading zones Monday morning at 6:15 a.m. Eastern. And of course, you'll be able to attend the members only workshop on Thursday nights. Everything a trader needs, all under one roof, one low price. Plus, but wait, there's more. Around the clock support via Telegram. So there you have it. Good word for the day. Are you being sifted? Not shifted, sifted. Luke 22:31. Satan has asked to sift all of you as wheat, but I have prayed for you, Simon, that your faith may not fail. And when you have turned back, strengthen your brothers. When Jesus told Peter, Satan has asked to sift all of you as wheat, it raises the question in our minds, or did you have to say yes? A good sifting brings glory to God, such as when Job continued to praise his Maker when things seemed lost, and even his wife was telling him to give up on God. It probes your weaknesses. When you're still thinking, I can, a swift sift will push you to say, I can't, but God can. It allows God to scrape away the distractions that could hinder you from fulfilling His purpose in your life. Peter's sifting would scrape away all his stomp and snort bluster, revealing a heart that's teachable and willing to welcome Cornelius and his Gentile clan into the family of God. Notice Jesus didn't say, get ready for a whirlwind of hurt, Peter. I know you're going to let me down. Instead, he pointed to the future. Peter would survive the sifting. He would return humbled but stronger and with a purpose to strengthen his brothers and sisters. The Lord said yes to the sifting in order to transform Peter from a leader who serves to a servant who leads. And that's a significant shift from the thinking of men to the thinking of God. You may have days when you wonder if God is letting Satan sift you. You can take a God view of it knowing He is always in control. Remember, greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. 1 John 4:4. And that's our good word for the day. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whoever you are, wherever you are, may God continue to richly bless you with His mercy and with His grace. And I'll see you at the bell.
Remember this, there is no greater return on investment than to see a human life changed and given hope. As always, pray hard and trade safe. Any financial information discussed on this show is simply the opinion of our host, Dwayne Reeves, his co-hosts, and guests. To learn more about trading E-mini futures or to take a 1-week free trial in our live trading room, call 1-866-928-3310. 866-928-3310. Information discussed on this radio program should not be construed as a recommendation to buy or sell any security. Always do your own due diligence and consult with a licensed securities broker or financial planner before making any investment decision.